Cancer, shout out to all the Cancers out there. This is going to be your reading for the week of August 11th. And this is just a reminder, if you enjoy the video, I would love it if you click the subscribe button, like the video, do all the things that help the channel grow. It's been really fun doing this for you all, so thank you for watching. We're going to do a 9-card spread. We're going to do 3 cards for Cancer coming up in the energy that you're moving past. We're going to do 3 cards for your current energy, and then we're going to do 3 cards for what's coming up for you in your near future. Okay, so this is going to be for the past with Cancer. Okay. Oh. All right. Okay, in the energy that you are moving past, you have the 4 of Wands that came up in the middle with the Sun and with the High Priestess, which is you, right? So what I'm feeling off of this is that this could be about love, right? The 4 of Wands is a marriage card, right? This could indicate that, you know, maybe some of you have gone through a breakup, right? The 4 of Wands is also about freedom and celebration. So maybe you're coming off a celebration, right? Maybe you're coming off a connection, or maybe this connection is still here, right? If this is about love, maybe this connection is still moving towards you or with you, because you do have the 2 of Cups, and we'll get to that in a second, right? So if this is about love, the energy that you're moving past is this 4 of Wands, right? Or if this is about freedom, it led to you being more happy with the Sun, right? The Sun is the best card in the deck. It's ease and joy and happiness. Here's the High Priestess, which is you. It's your intuition. It's knowing that there's no like level to how deep you can dive into your feelings and your empathy here as a Cancer, and your intuition, right? So really good cards that are coming up in your recent past that you're moving past. So hopefully you can take this energy moving forward, right? Especially with the 4 of Wands coming in the middle. The 4 of Wands is one of the best cards because it represents freedom, happiness, love, joy, crossing a finish line, right? So maybe you've crossed the finish line, and then especially with what you have going forward, I have the feeling that you're still going to be taking this energy with you, right? So if this is outside of yourself with this 4 of Wands, if this is about love, right, this is amazing. These 3 cards are amazing. It's basically saying that you have to tap into your intuition here to figure out what it is that you've learned from this experience moving forward, right? Because it's very happy with these 2 cards, but this is the card that you're going to use as your tool, which is your intuition and just everything that you've experienced that you're still taking with you, right? I don't want you to think that this is in the past. You're still taking this energy with you, right? And you know, we'll take a look at what else comes up, but you know, this freedom and this happiness, this joy, this love, this finish line, you're still taking it with you. And if you aren't taking it with you, right, because it doesn't, there's a little, the 3 of Swords is here. So for those of you Cancers where this is about a breakup or this is about a loss of freedom, you know, just tap into what you learned with your intuition with the High Priestess, right? So however this is resonating for you Cancers out there, definitely trust your intuition. You know that if this came to an end, you learned from it. If you're carrying it moving forward, you know, you're still going to have this energy, thankfully. You know, these cards are kind of indicating that this was possibly a breakup for some of you Cancers, right? Or this is a loss of freedom for some of you Cancers. You have the 2 of Cups in the middle, surrounded by the Hermit and the 9 of Wands, right? So the 2 of Cups is a perfect match, especially if the 4 of Wands is showing up in a reading. Like, this definitely indicates it was about love. You have the 3 of Swords coming up, which we'll get into. So for those of you Cancers that, you know, have something good in your life, have a good connection, trust your intuition, right? Because now you might be possibly putting up some boundaries that's on some level, right? You're putting up some kind of boundaries with the 9 of Wands here, on your freedom, on yourself, on your sanity, your peace, right? The Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior. So for those of you that this was a breakup or a loss of freedom, the Nine of Wands reminds you to keep going, right? The Two of Cups here is definitely connected to that Four of Wands in some way, because this is about something that you love very deeply. And then it's saying you have to go into hermit mode. Right. So for those of you that feel like you need to spend time with yourselves from a breakup, the Hermit is here saying that, spend some time with yourselves and heal. Right. If this is something that's happened already and you've been in hermit mode, then the key is to get out of hermit mode. Right. It's like the Hermit is basically, opposite ends of the spectrum. It's basically saying you need to spend time with yourself, or if you've been spending too much time with yourself, you need to get out and, shine your light into the world. Because the reason why we go into hermit mode is so that we can gain a powerful wisdom, which is represented by the light in his lantern there. So if you've been in hermit mode and you've processed whatever this is, it's time to get out of hermit mode and just start doing things that you enjoy. But if this is a recent thing that requires you to heal, right? The Hermit is Virgo. Virgo is the healer, right? Then you need to definitely go into hermit mode from whatever this is, especially because, this has wounded you in some way, right? So just keep going, Cancer, get through this, whatever it is, You have some challenging cards here, and we'll get to it as far as your outcome goes. And the reason that I brought up that, this might have been about a breakup is this Three of Swords here. You have the Eight of Swords in the middle, which basically means that you've been putting up unnecessary boundaries on yourself. You've been putting up boundaries that aren't helping you, because you can see from the Eight of Swords here, right? The Eight of Swords, she has her blindfold on and she's putting up a wall of swords as boundaries. And, these are unnecessary boundaries, right? These are restrictions and boundaries that you should not be putting up. She needs to realize that really these boundaries that she's putting up, these restrictions that she's putting up, it's actually keeping her trapped, because once she takes off her blindfold, she can see she can easily escape these swords. So that's what the Eight of Swords definitely talks about. You have it with the Three of Swords here, right? The Three of Swords is about healing and heartbreak, obviously, right? So you need to practice some healing right now for the people that have hurt you, right? For those of you that are going through a breakup, right? You need to forgive the other person, forgive yourself in the matter, release those swords from your heart, because the more swords that we keep into our heart, the more pain that we have. Whenever you notice people that are like really stuck in the past, right? And they just haven't released past pain, they haven't released past heartache and heartbreak, they haven't practiced forgiveness, right? They haven't forgiven the people that have healed them. And when the Three of Swords shows up, that's what you do. Now, with healing, you have two cards of healing here, right? And then you also have the Seven of Wands. This is a really good card, in my opinion, because what is happening here is that you are transforming from this experience, this loss of freedom, this breakup that you're going through here, Cancer. But it's putting you in a place where you know that where you stand is worth defending. With the Seven of Wands, where you're getting to right now, you like it. Like, you may not feel that yet, right? But once you process this loss of freedom, this heartbreak, once you practice forgiveness and healing, right? And you keep going with that Knight of Wands, you're going to reach a really powerful place in your life where you're going to defend your position. Like, everything that you're going through in this reading, and it's a heavy reading, right? Everything that you're going through in this reading, it's going to lead you to a place where you're going to be at the top of a mountain defending yourself. All right. So let's clarify. Just keep going, Cancer, whatever this is. This is a challenging reading for those of you that it's resonating with. Again, you have the Four of Wands with the High Priestess and the Sun. And to clarify that, you have the Tower. Very much, going with the reading so far. So if you've experienced this Tower moment, again, this is definitely speaking to those of you that are experiencing heartache and a breakup. This might have been a sudden breakup. There's a lot of weird energy going on, especially with the retrograde, right? Like, if people are going to mess up in a relationship or dating, they're going to do it much faster during the retrograde. So if you were hurt in this situation, it led to a Tower moment in your recent past, right? So the Tower is about coming back to reality. The Tower is Scorpio, which is about transformation, right? It's about taking pain and turning that pain into power. right? As cliche as that sounds, right? That's a Scorpio thing. That's definitely what Scorpios are capable of. And that's why they're represented by the tower, because really like the most evolved Scorpios like love tower moments, because, you know, I'm a Venus in Scorpio, and trust me, like I've experienced a lot of sudden tower moments. And when they happen, the more that they happen, it's just like, oh, okay, that was tower. And I wasn't living in reality in the situation. Now, because a tower moment came, it gives me the opportunity to really bring myself back down to earth and really see what's going on. So you had the Two of Cups with the Nine of Wands and the Hermit in your current energy, and you have the Queen of Pentacles to clarify. So this is about you tapping into your resources and skills. How are you going to work through this? Like, what skills do you have? What coping mechanisms do you have? What are the things that you do to make yourself feel better from this loss of freedom that you've experienced, or this loss of love that you've experienced? You have to think about how you're going to work your way through this, right? Especially in this situation, like with the Hermit here, you can't just stay in hermit mode. Get out of the house, go for a walk, get some sunlight. With the sun here, right? Get some sunlight. Have energy shine onto you to help you heal in this manner. So again, what's coming up for you is the Eight of Swords with the Three of Swords and the Seven of Wands. And to clarify, you have the Hierophant. So, you know, the Hierophant is a lot. The Hierophant is a blessing, which is something that I want you to hopefully understand and believe in. You have a blessing. This might have been a blessing in disguise. This might have been, you know, you having the ability to adapt and evolve and grow from this pain, right? But the thing about the Hierophant too is that, you know, Hierophant is Taurus, and Taurus and Hierophant is all about being able, especially you have the High Priestess here, being able to translate the messages from heaven down onto earth. And the Hierophant is a teacher. So with the High Priestess here, right, that is, and those are divine counterparts. So this might be, you know, the High Priestess and the Hierophant are divine counterparts. So for those of you that this is about love and a breakup or the end of a relationship, know that there was a blessing here, or there will be a blessing here, right? And tap into your intuition. Trust all of your intuitive feelings, even if they seem like illusion, right? Tap into that intuition, and then, like, you know, I would recommend journaling, process this, whatever this is. Yo, it's tough, and you know, this is being filmed during the retrograde, so hopefully, you're able to understand that this week of August 11th, you're going to be feeling much better after the retrograde ends. So continue to heal, continue to be the wonderful, beautiful mother of the zodiac Cancer that you are, because we all need you, all right? Peace, Cancer. Check out the playlists that are going to be popping up, and I'll be adding more to that. Thank you for watching. And if you made it this far, please click subscribe and give it a like or a comment, and it'll really help the channel. I appreciate doing this for you. Take care, Cancer.